Good day. This is Eugene Taylor with our Conyers Hope Mentoring, and we are still in the 6 main characteristics of adult learning, and we're in section number 5 today. We're talking about adult learning highlights practicality. Hopefully, you have a corresponding handout sheet, and we're going to read section number 5. Placement is a means of helping students to apply the theoretical concepts learned inside the classroom into real life situations. One of the things that we also want to be conscious of that will really help us to be more effective with adult learning is highlighting practicality. You know, a lot of things that we learn in theory are just that, in theory. And with adult learners, I told you, adult learners, they bring life experience to the classroom. And adult learners, a lot of times when you highlight practicality, prime example, if you're teaching the importance of skills, interview skills to go on a job. Well, you can teach all of those in theory. You can even show them how to write resume, and you can do that in theory. But one of the things that we will do is we will have a actual play out scenario where we'll have someone acting as the employer, someone acting as the interested employee, and you'll act that scenario out. You know, you can teach things in theory, but as a term that people used to use, what they call it OJT, on the job training. And when they really begin to take that theory and put that theory into execution, the retainability it's increased. So it also says it is very important for educators to identify appropriate ways and convert theoretical learning to practical activities. So, one of the keys to successful adult learning is making it practical, making practical. I told you myself, I am a visual learner. And being a visual learner, I retain a lot more by seeing. I retain a lot more by hearing. Today, you're listening to this video and you're learning today, but you're learning by watching me on the internet. You're learning by looking at the corresponding handout. And it's the same thing when we're dealing with adult learners. We don't want everything to stay in theory. We want to pull concepts out of theory, put them into practicality, and then the mentee can see a better level of success. It's just like when you tell the mentees about a lot of the information they can find is on the internet. But one of the things that we'll do, we'll actually have some of the mentees go in front of computers, and they'll begin to realize a lot of things that they're trying to figure out. Imagine this. They can just Google it and do research and walk out the answers. I'm not saying everything will be just as simple as a Google, but many times the Google will become a launching pad. And a lot of the mentees that you're dealing with, they don't know that. They don't realize that a lot of the information that I'm wondering, how do you do this? How do I do that? If I just sit into a computer and look at a search engine, I can find out, I can make calls. So what you're doing now, you're teaching them in your learning sessions how to use the internet, how to use computers, but you're teaching them in theory, but it really doesn't stick with them. You really don't hit that place of retainability until you walk some things out in practicality. Learning is facilitated with appropriate ways of implementing theoretical knowledge in real life situations are made clear. So that's our goal and our objective. We want to make it clear, and want to make it clear by making it practical. And many times the ways that we'll make it practical, we'll have learning and play out scenarios where we're actually play acting or play acting out different situations so that the mentee can see this is how you put this into place. And if you do that, you're going to see a great level of success. You're going to see a great level of success. You're going to see a clearer level of understanding just by making the theory practical. All right, well, we'll be back on tomorrow, and we'll finish our 6th step of adult learning characteristics. Thank you so much. This is Eugene Taylor with Conyers Hope, HOPE, helping other people excel. You have a great day.